You got the water on?
Yeah, the water's on.
Newlyweds Melissa and Tim Faulkner are living the good life, but that wasn't always the case. Melissa is a type 1 diabetic who suffered seizures when her blood sugars crashed.
Her teeth would be grinding closed, clamped shut, and I would have to pour a little bit of syrup in there, pour in whatever I could get in, juice, whatever it was, and then just kind of watch her shake and shake and shake and shake and shake.
Helping Melissa through the seizures was only part of the trauma.
Really the worst thing about the seizure was that it would take her days to recover from it. Memory wouldn't be the same, and she'd miss days from work, and I would have to stay home and make sure she was eating okay and just taking care of it.
Depending on how fast you catch the seizure is depending how much memory I'm going to have left over. So sometimes I could lose an entire week of memory or just a couple hours before.
At a certain point, 2 summers ago, I had kind of had enough and said, you either need to start taking this seriously or I can't continue doing this. And that was when, luckily, we got some good insurance and everything kicked in, and she got the pump, and hasn't had a seizure since.
The pump that Melissa uses implants a small tube just under the skin, which delivers a steady dose of insulin. That's usually the job of the pancreas. But in type 1 diabetics, the immune system attacks the pancreas, stopping it from producing the insulin the body's cells need to absorb nutrients.
The pump is more like your pancreas, because your pancreas right now is putting out little bits of insulin every hour. Then if you eat something, it's going to ramp it up and put a whole bunch in there so it still stays in this nice, even keel. 48 plus 22.
Melissa manually enters the carb counts for the food she eats into the pump before each meal. Here, she's looking up tomato soup and pasta salad. After entering them into the pump's monitor, the device adds the appropriate dose of insulin her body needs to absorb those nutrients without a blood sugar spike.
Put a glass of wine in there.
It's been 2 years since Melissa got her pump. Her blood sugars are steady. She's using less insulin than she did with shots. And most importantly, she's seizure-free.
I thought there were 8, right? For a beer and for a wine, it's 8 carbs?
Beer is more carbs, actually. When I first got diabetes, they're like, in 10 years, this thing will be cured. So I kind of lived my life that way, thinking, okay, it's going to be a good 20 before I have any complications anyway. I can pretty much live however I want to because they'll cure it and I'll be fine. I'm going to beat this whole thing, beat it at its own game. That stupid cure still hasn't come around, and I've had it for a good 20 years now. What's my total? Don't sit there and wait for a cure. Take care of yourself because you can actually live a long, healthy life with this disease, which is a lot better than most diseases people get. It puts you to the test, but if you just stay focused, you'll live fine.
For WebMD, I'm Sandy Lamott.